Buonasera, and greetings from Palermo, Sicily. We're on the road again.
Yes!
And when you're on the road traveling like we do all the time, a public Wi-Fi hotspot can be an absolute lifesaver. But you have to be careful when you're doing things like online banking or buying stuff with your credit card online or even checking your emails.
Especially using your bank account.
Yeah, we know this because we've had our credit card details hacked a couple of times, and it's a real pain.
It is. That's why we use a VPN.
What's a VPN?
VPN is a virtual private network, and it establishes a secure connection between your device and your home port.
Okay, so everything that goes over that secure connection is something else that somebody can't peer at.
Exactly. That's what makes it secure.
All right. We use a service called ExpressVPN. It costs us about $9 a month, and you can actually put that on multiple devices, which is nice, all for the same price. Now, having it on multiple devices is important because we have a lot of devices. I've got a phone, you've got a phone, I've got a tablet, you've got a tablet, we've got a laptop, and we've got the ROKU stick that we carry with us so we can watch our TV shows while on the road. Speaking of that ROKU stick, by the way, ROKU sticks won't allow you to use a VPN client on the stick itself, so we had to come up with another alternative.
That's why we bought our modem. Right?
Now this modem, travel modem, serves double duty. We can put a VPN client on the travel modem, which is great. And that means that we can connect the ROKU stick through that modem, and the ROKU thinks that we're in New York City, where our designated port is.
And what makes it really convenient is that we have to connect all of our devices to just one device, and it remembers it every time we move.
Right, so when we go to a new Airbnb or a new house set, for instance, all they have to do is log on to the modem and connect to their local Wi-Fi one time. Our user ID and password for the modem stays the same for all our devices. We don't have to go back through and reconnect 6 or 7 different devices every single time we move, which is a lot. Now, it was really tricky being able to figure out how to put the VPN client onto the modem. So we thought we would do a quick video and kind of walk you through the process of how that goes. I'm going to show you how we did it on this product and with ExpressVPN, but I think once you see it there, you can figure it out for other wireless modems and other VPN clients. I'm also going to show you how we did it on our MacBook Pro, because that's what we're going to travel with. That's what we do travel with. But you could do the same thing with a Windows machine. So here we go.
Okay.
There's a couple of things that we need to do before we can configure your modem. We need to get the system to generate a unique username and password for you, and we also need to download a configuration file that the system is going to create for us. So let's start by logging on to the ExpressVPN website. That's expressvpn.com/sign-in. And if you don't already have an account, you're going to need to create one for yourself. But if you do, just go ahead and put in your email and password and click that sign in button. This is going to take you to the setup screen. And once you get up to the setup screen, find the button that says more and click it. It will take you to the next screen. And on this screen, you're looking for the button that says manual configuration. Go ahead and click that. Now this brings us to this setup screen, and I want to point out down there is a system generated user ID and password. We don't have to do anything with it just now, but we're going to need it later on. So for the moment, just scroll down a little bit farther and you're going to see regions of the world. Now I'm from the Americas, so I clicked Americas, and that gave me a list of cities that I could use as my home base. In this case, I just selected New York because it's easy. And as soon as I selected that, the system generated and downloaded a configuration file. So we're going to need that configuration file. We'll go get it in just a second. But I want to remind you that we're still going to use this user ID and username and password. So don't close this window. Just minimize it so we can do the next step. Now from here, you want to go to your Finder, go down to Downloads, grab that file, it should say New York or something on it, and drag it to the desktop where we can easily get to it later on. Now we're ready to set up the modem. Okay, Now that we have that system-generated user ID and password on a separate tab, and we've got our configuration file sitting on the desktop ready to use, we're ready to go through and actually configure the modem. Now at this point, I'm going to assume that you've already set up your modem. If you haven't done it, there's instructions that come with the device. It's pretty straightforward. If you have any problems with that, shoot me a note and I can see if I can help you out. But for this discussion, let's just assume that you've actually already configured everything. So what you want to do is from the same browser that you have your tab open on, open a new tab and go ahead and enter the address of your modem, which is 192.168.8.1. And this will bring you to your admin sign-on screen. Pop in your admin password and hit the login button. That will bring you to this screen. From here, you want to select VPN. That's going to open up another VPN menu, and then you're going to click on the Open VPN Client button. Okay, once you click on that Open VPN Client button, it's going to bring you to this screen. So, click on New Group, because we're going to put in a new type of client. I'm just going to close this real quick. I'm going to type in ExpressVPN, because that's my new provider. I'm going to minimize the window just a little bit so I can get to my desktop and drag in that file that we left on the desktop. Great. Set the window back to the same size. Now, you remember that tab we left open? I'm going to that tab. I'm going to copy the username, back over, paste the username, back to the other tab, copy the password, paste the password, paste the password, there we go, and hit apply. It's going to take it just a second, but when it says applied, you're ready for the next step. Okay, last step, we're almost there. Once we've got this all set up, the last thing we need to do is we need to click on the VPN dashboard, go over to enable, turn it on. It'll take a few seconds for the client to actually start up and get going. But once it does, it's going to show you that you are operational and show you your virtual IP, which I've masked for this video.
Okay, so that's it.
Okay, good thing. It's time for another spritz.